questions on stuff we did today or things in general? Anything about turning puppies in or prison programs, teenage puppies?
We had Bishop in the car for a whole hour and he didn't get sick.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
The car museum, an hour home, and he was fine on the face.
Good,
Woo.
yes,
And he gets the car to live, so he's happy to go.
good.
Good.
So yeah, that's definitely a sign then that he's feeling better in
Poodle
the car
problems.
if he's willing to get in and he wasn't before.
Still
Then
sits right smack dab in the middle, so you can't see out of the mirror. He's not getting sick, so I'll take it.
that's good. Yes, a lot of our poodles, it seems to be our poodles get car sick as puppies, and then as they get older, it gets better and it eventually fades out. That's not always the case. Sometimes they don't outgrow it, but it is not uncommon that they have car sickness as puppies, and then they get older, they grow up, and the car sickness goes away. So that is very good. Good job, Bishop. All right, if there aren't any questions,
I have one.
yes,
This is a terrible age.
yes it is.
It's a horrible, horrible age. And I don't wanna put him in the kennel all the time, but
Mhm.
every 10 seconds he's into something. And my house is dog-proofed,
Yeah.
but he finds a way.
So, I, for a while, and still, a lot of the time, just restrict the dog's access to different things in the house. And you can use a baby gate for that if you want, if you want to just contain them within one room. Or what I did for a while was I had an X-pen set up, and so you can set it up in a circle. So when I say an X-pen, yeah, I'm showing it for the video just so that if anybody isn't familiar with that, the X-pen is an exercise pen, and these are the common ones, is this like black metal, but you could really use any type of pen. So you could use this as an option of just like, you don't wanna put him in a crate, but he's being a stinker and he's getting into stuff. So you could put him in a pen set up, and just, this is your bubble, and he's got some toys in there to play with, and he can't get to other things. Or, depending on how your house is configured, and what I did for a while was I would have my pen kind of stretched out between, like I'd squeeze it between the wall and the sofa to keep it in place, and then I'd have it against something else so that it didn't get knocked over, and then it was restricting the area that my dog could get to, because I had stuff that, like, usually he would leave alone, but he was a puppy and might find something to mess with that he shouldn't. So that's an option if you are like, okay, I don't wanna put them in the crate all the time, but they're finding things to get into. You can set something up to basically block their access in whatever way, with a pen like this, or with a baby gate, or tethering them to something. You can always go back to that, if not to yourself, which gets old very quickly, or tethering them to a sturdy piece of furniture so that they are limited in their access to other parts of the room. But yes, it is a very tiring age.
This too shall pass.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we keep him longer.
Yes. They do tend to they typically will get better with it. But yeah, sometimes going back to like baby puppy stages of, we're just gonna have to restrict their access to some things because they are seeking out things to do. And that's pretty normal. They're really just like, what if I do this? What happens if I do this? It's very frustrating. Yes, whatever works for your home in terms of just limiting access, tether, baby gate, exercise pen, set up like a gate, usually helps a lot.
wants him, and he gets put in the crate, we're not best pleased.
Yeah.
And we do howl a bit.
Okay.
Coming back to the door, he quiets down right away because I think he's getting rewarded by us returning.
Okay.
What is is it just an ignore, let it be, and hope the neighbors don't complain? Or
Yes. If you're in an apartment type situation and dog is howling and complaining like that, then we need to be a little bit more careful with it, if you're in an apartment, so that you don't have the apartment complex saying, okay, you're done. If it is your own home, it's not the best maybe for your relations with your neighbors, but most neighborhoods have a noise ordinance, but it does not take effect until later in the evening. So neighbors could complain to you and let you know, but you're not really beholden to do anything to them because it is your own home. And dogs are going to bark. So depending where you live, if there's an HOA, if there's noise ordinances, you wanna be mindful of that stuff. But if you live in a home and it's not violating any kind of noise ordinance or quiet hours or something like that, there's not really a lot that your neighbors can do other than be angry about it. So what I do usually, or what I have found that helps keep my dog quiet if I have to leave him and he's unhappy about being left, is I play an audiobook or a podcast. Lately I have been playing Bob Ross videos of him painting, and my dog seems to like that a lot, keeps him calm. So you can do that. White noise machines sometimes help, or if it's in a specific case of like, it's the other dog is getting interacted with, you could give him some kind of special toy in that time so that it makes that time special for him, even though the other dog is also getting some kind of interaction.
It's the only time we've noticed is when we take the other dog.
Yeah.
He's left home because sometimes the old dog doesn't want to deal with this.
Yes, I would try to give him something like maybe a Kong or another fun toy that's like, this is your special toy and you get it when we go play with the other dog, and it may work. He may not want to eat it, but it's also kind of a situation of like, this is your life, you have to deal with it now.
I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Just because we were kind of surprised as we were walking away from the house, and all of a sudden we had this howling, we're like, oh my God, Poodle's howling.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, I'm going to wrap up class. We have the volunteer appreciation party this Friday from 6 to 8. You don't have to bring your foster puppy to that. You could if you want, you don't have to. And then on October 27th, from 5 to 7, we'll have our Halloween trunk or treat that's going to be out in the parking lot here, and we'll have a costume contest, and we'll have all kinds of fun decorations and things going on. So that is the end of October.
We also have an outing to Meyer Gardens in 2 weeks.
Yes, we have an outing to Meyer Gardens on September 28th. And that one we need
Need to RSVP in advance because I have to give them a head count, and they're allowing one guest per puppy in at no charge. Additional guests are $10, and I believe kids are 4 or 5.
Yes, so we need an RSVP in advance so that we can have a head count for the Meyer Gardens. They are letting us have one person handling a foster puppy in for free. Additional people, so a spouse or whoever else you're bringing, would be $10, and then kids are, let's say $5 to be on the safe side, because we don't know if it's 4 or 5. And that is September 28th at 5:30? Yes. Did you have a question?
Yeah, what about breeding dogs?
Yes, yeah, we've done breeding stock for that too.
Income too.
Yes. All right, so that's it. So thanks for coming to class, and good night.
Thank you.